Okay. All right. This is Scott Roberts from Explore Scientific. Guys, thanks for hanging in there with us. We are trying this again for the third time. Anyways, I wanted to introduce Ms. Debbie Kovalsky. Debbie is the executive director of meetings, and she is and development at the American Astronomical Society. And today she is going to talk to us about the 236th annual meeting of the American Astronomical Society. And the meeting was scheduled to happen in person, but because of the coronavirus 19 crisis, they have decided to take it to a virtual platform. Debbie's going to talk to us today about the American Astronomical Society, its meetings, and amateur astronomers in the American Astronomical Society. Thanks for joining us, Debbie.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. So I'll jump right in and talk a little bit about the upcoming meeting that we're having in the cloud.
I stumbled, Debbie, because I had stumbled 2 or 3 times here, so I'm very sorry. But
That's
anyways,
okay.
you're a pro, so thank you.
No problem. So let me tell you a little bit about our upcoming meeting. We were planning a meeting this coming June, as is typical for the AAS. We have 2 meetings a year. We have our January meeting, which is typically a large meeting for our association, about 3,500 attendees. We just had one this past January in Hawaii, and we have our second one every summer, which is in June, and we were planning it in Madison. Unfortunately, about 4 weeks ago, as everybody knows, the coronavirus started coming into the U.S., and we had to make a rapid change, and we pivoted to a virtual meeting. So we're actually very excited about hosting this meeting in the cloud, and we've come up with a really great plan. We have so much science to offer for the community, and this meeting is even more exciting for us because it's one of our first that we're offering an amateur rate for attendees. And that is because we've also opened up our membership in the past couple of years to an amateur affiliate membership. So we want to welcome our amateurs to this meeting. As I was telling Scott earlier, we've had amateurs at our meetings for several years. Amateurs have been coming to our meetings to help out with our in our volunteer corps, at registration, as session monitors. And this time we want our amateurs to really fully participate in the meetings. They submitting abstracts so that they can present oral talks, and submitting for our iPoster presentations. We still have time for that. We can get into that a little bit deeper, but we have an opportunity for you to come and to attend our meetings and to participate in this virtual world. It's a perfect opportunity for you to do that.
Now, when you talk about this virtual world, I mean, what are they going to see when they come in?
Absolutely. So the virtual world is going to be, imagine a gaming world where you come into a lobby that has characters walking around. They're animated, and you'll see an auditorium and an exhibit hall and a lounge, a networking lounge, and an info desk. And you can go to any of those rooms, and you can see a schedule of talks in the auditorium and decide to join one of those talks that are going on, some in parallel, some one at a time, and enter it, and you'll see a live presenter, or prize winners, or plenary speakers, or our oral presenters, and you have an opportunity to ask questions that will be answered by the presenter right there over a chat feature. We'll have
there, I guess,
just like you're there,
right.
And then we even have, or if you're a presenter, because you submit an abstract and it gets accepted and scheduled into one of our sessions, you'll be able to upload your presentation, whether it's in PowerPoint or in Keynote, and you'll be able to be scheduled and present it live in front of our audience of attendees who will then be able to interact with you.
Okay.
We also have the ability for you to go into the exhibit hall, where we will have full-blown exhibits with our exhibitors presenting their materials in video, audio, handouts, downloading software. You can converse with them. You can go on video chats with them. Mm-hmm. And so that just like you're live at a conference.
Okay. So you've described that very well. I think that that gives people a feel for what they might experience. But if you were attending it in the flesh, what is the meeting like?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So typically this meeting is 3 days long. Mm-hmm. Live we usually do 4 days, but this meeting we're doing 3 days. We have 9 plenary talks. They're an hour long, about 50 minutes mm-hmm. of a presenter. Most of the presenters have been chosen by our science organizing committee, which are our vice presidents, or they're prize winners. People have won prestigious prizes that the society has designated. Right. We also have several what we call special sessions. These are 90-minute long sessions that were proposed by an organizer on some special topic. And they organize that 90-minute session any way they want. It could be a panel. It could be 5 different speakers. It could be 9 speakers that each have 10 minutes. Then we have, we have several of those going on over the 3 days, morning sessions and afternoon. Okay. We also have contributed research. So if there is a group of people who are submitting topics, abstracts about black holes, and they come from all over the region, all over the country, all over the world, mm-hmm. They would all be scheduled together by the organizers. They might not even know that they're all submitting, but they'll all be scheduled together. And then when they're presenting, the people who are going to see them are all interested in the same topic. And the people who are presenting are obviously all interested in the same topic. So this is the way that they're sharing their research. Because I've been working on this research at the University of California. Yeah. Somebody's been working on it at Columbia. Somebody's been working at the University of Michigan. And here we all are in this virtual world, but in this virtual auditorium in the same place, sharing our research.
Right, in the safety of our homes. The organization, the American Astronomical Society, is, this is the 236th meeting. Okay, it's such an amazing institution. It's been mostly made of professional astronomers, professional researchers. I think that perhaps the Astrophysical Journal perhaps was published through the American Astronomical Society. Is that right, or is that a separate publication?
No, the AAS owns the Astrophysical Journal and the Astronomical Journal. We have several publications. Most recently, yeah, or your audience might be aware of this. Most recently, the AAS purchased Sky and Telescope. So we are very proud of that fact, and very proud of the fact that it has such a huge subscription-based readership in the amateur community. So we really want to encourage the amateurs to be part of our family and come on board. One of the biggest changes that I've seen over my 28 years being part of the AAS mm-hmm. has been the big umbrella. We're right. welcoming more and more people. Right. The AAS has done amazing things with outreach and in education and welcoming and diversity, mm-hmm. and really making strides in saying, I remember when I first started, you never saw undergraduates at our meetings ever. Right. Now we have 300-400 undergraduates coming to our winter meetings, mm-hmm. and high school students presenting. Oh, it's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah. Yes.
And we want the same thing from our amateur community. We know that there are amateurs out there doing great science that want to learn the science, that can present. They're doing citizen science. So all that, the astrophotography in the amateur community, all of this is so valuable to be presented at our meetings.
Right. Well, one of the things that I've been in the business of selling telescopes since about 1980. And one of the things that always impressed upon me was that it was relatively easy for an amateur astronomer to meet and to have some intermingling with the professional community. In 1985, I was on my first ProAm project with International Halley Watch. But I think that the Astronomical Society has many ProAm projects. Is that right?
Yeah, there are many ProAm projects. There's the Citizen Science Project,
Yes.
and there's we have our ambassadors. We have there are projects that we have that a lot of our astronomers are doing. Astronomy on Tap.
Yeah.
And they're doing outreach in their own communities. They're doing outreach at their university.
Sidewalk astronomy.
Yeah, sidewalk astronomy at the universities. They're doing fairs. You'll see them at like even local like art fairs and farmers markets doing things like that. So I was even
the AAS is supporting even at this level, right?
Yeah, because they're encouraging and they're teaching. At our meetings, we have workshops that are teaching astronomers how do you speak to the public. Our press officer is often teaching people how do you convey to the public your science.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so that's really important. And our amateur community is really good at doing that.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Amazing outreach enthusiasts. That is. I would say for myself, that has been the most rewarding part of being involved in amateur astronomy is the ability to go out and show the public their first views ever of Saturn or the moon, and to be able to give them and to convey some of the latest scientific findings. I think that, gosh, if you were a member of the American Astronomical Society and you had those resources at arm's length, that you could. That would be incredibly beneficial.
Yes. And as a member of the society, it's very inexpensive to join as an amateur affiliate. You can join the society as an amateur affiliate, and it's $52 to join. As a matter of fact, and then that gives you discounts to attend our meetings, significant discounts to attend our meetings.
Mm-hmm.
Our division meetings, we have divisions for planetary science. So if you have a more specific interest in high energy astrophysics and solar physics, in dynamical astronomy, in historical astronomy, I think I'm in laboratory astrophysics. And so if you have any of those interests, you can go to those meetings. You also have access to all of our electronic journals. So all those journals, the preprints, Nova, Astrobytes, Physics Today, you'll be able to access all of these. You have a discount on the Sky and Telescope.
So the same access that the professional astronomers have as an amateur, you would have that as a member.
Yes, you would have access to that or discounts to certain of our products.
Well, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. Maybe you can take us to the webpage and let's show them how to sign up and join. Now, I have included in this broadcast links that they can go to as well, but why don't we show them the page? So
if you go to our classes and membership,
mm-hmm.
there are many different classes and membership depending on who you are. So we have students, undergraduates, graduates, we have full membership, international education, but this is the one that you might be interested in the most, and that's the amateur affiliate.
Right.
So just so you know what it is. And it's geared for somebody who it's a hobby, a passion.
Yeah.
If you have a day job and you get, like I said, discounts to Sky and Tel, and you get access to like our premier journals, our publications, the Astronomical Journal, the Astrophysical Journal, and letters and supplement, and reduced rates at all these meetings, and then special rates for the AIP publications, annual reviews, and then we also have some discounts with some outside agencies
You
like.
have 236 years of resources to draw on.
Yeah, it's so we were founded in 1899, and because we were doing, I don't know if every meeting was counted, but it's, we do 2 a year. So
Okay.
that's how we came up with the numbers.
Oh, 1890. Okay. That's right.
1899. No, that's okay. And then we also have constantly email posts and newsletters that come out. So you would be getting access to all of that and all of our member content that's on the website. And then we also have a job register. So there are plenty of jobs. Look, I was an engineering major, and I went to right away to work for NASA Goddard. So I ended up in the astronomy field, not studying astronomy at all. So
right.
people can work at NASA too. So you can.
Oh yeah.
We have access to the job register, and there's always positions being listed there. And then, like I said, you can participate in our conferences. You don't have to be a student or a PhD to present at our meetings.
So we talked a little bit about that earlier in some of our conversations, and you said that anyone can submit an abstract. That would be a presentation, correct?
Correct. Yes. So if you go to our main meeting web page for this particular meeting, it's the 236th meeting. You can see we usually have a picture of the skyline. This is I'm circulating it here. This is actually our skyline for this meeting. Are your devices in the cloud? Mm-hmm. So this is our meeting right now. The site is being built as the meeting grows, because a lot of our content is contributed content. The participants of the meeting contribute your abstracts, and we build the science program around that. So the block schedule, I'm just going to pop this up real quick. I actually have that window here. This is being built. Okay. So we know who our plenary speakers are. You can see the 3 days going across, and all of these, as you walk into that virtual world, will be links to live talks. And even if you miss, it's on the East Coast, Eastern Daylight Time. So if you miss the talk, they'll be recorded. And then these blank spaces are where the contributed talks are going to go in. But if we go back to this page, here is where you submit your abstract. And we're still accepting until the 14th of April. So if you have something to say, if you've been working on something, you have time to submit an abstract. You can follow through and read all about it by clicking on the submit your abstract.
Let's say that you missed this round because it's just a few days to get started, but you want to be in the November meeting, okay, with your abstract, and you've never done it before, okay. Is there someone that can kind of help them along, or is there tools online to watch so that they can make their own submission correctly?
Yeah, absolutely. So our next meeting, the next AAS meeting will be in January in Phoenix. Hopefully everything will be fine and we'll be back meeting face to face. And even then, we're probably anticipating there'll be some sort of hybrid meeting because we're learning so much about this virtual space.
Right.
But if you click on the submit your abstract, there'll be instructions here for you to learn how to do that. You have to sign on here, but if I go back to this page, these instructions here will explain like what is an iPoster and how to present it. And we also have information on our meetings page about what our abstracts are about. But you can contact us in our office. You can contact me, and I can direct you towards my colleague Sherry Brown. She is the scientific program administrator, and she can help you through this as well. But really, all it entails is submitting, your name and your affiliation, your title. Your abstract is just a short summary of what you will be presenting, but will give you the guidelines of what the actual talk is.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So the way I see this is that, as an amateur astronomer, you may be just somebody who just loves the sky. Okay, you've never really done science before. Okay, but through the American Astronomical Society, they have the stepping stones for you to start really contributing to science.
Yeah, I would recommend if you're unclear of what to do, of how to present, attend the meeting first. So this is a really good meeting. The virtual meeting is if you're a little, not sure, it's virtual, so nobody's going to know you're
Right.
there
Yeah,
in the
because some
comfort,
people might
in the
get a
comfort
little
of your home.
intimidated, so as a beginner. So
Exactly. But our community, I believe, is very welcoming. People on site will be walking around with, badges, and they'll say, "Ask me," or, or it even says "first timer." If you're a first timer, and they'll walk up to you and say, "Oh, welcome. It's your first time. How can I help you? What do you want to learn?" We even in this virtual world have an info desk. Walk up to them, click on the info desk, and somebody live will be behind it so that they can help you and direct you where you want to go.
right.
So we're not a group that's like, "Oh, stay away." We really want to welcome you and help you find what you're looking for so that you're attending the right sessions and meeting the right people. We even have a networking lounge. And in that networking lounge in this virtual world, there'll be people going into different chat areas
Mm-hmm.
based on their interests.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're interested in black holes, if you're interested in supernovas, if you're interested in exoplanets, there'll be people to just have conversations with that are discussing those different areas of interest.
Well, so if you're an amateur astronomer and you've really wanted to meet some of these professional astronomers there, maybe some of the best in their field, this meeting is definitely a place you want to go.
Yeah, and you want to register here. I'm circling this. You click on register,
Go to your page.
and
Here we are. Okay.
again, you can just fill out this form, and
Now, this
it's
meeting normally costs what for the professional attending this meeting? What does this normally
yeah,
cost?
face to face. It usually costs over $500 to go
Okay.
to this meeting. For this particular virtual meeting, we're offering it if you're a member. If you join for the $52, which is a bargain,
Hmm.
um, it's $99.
And if you're not a member, how much is it?
It's $205
Oh, so it's a
to
no-brainer. You need to join. Okay, you need to join, and then you need to go to this meeting. I mean, if you figure that you spend the money on gas or a plane flight or whatever, in a hotel and meals and all the rest of it, this is an incredible, incredible deal.
Yeah. And we're going to have our exhibit hall is going to have a lot of really great activities going on. I know a lot of the exhibitors are going to be offering prizes and incentives for you to stop by and talk to them. We have phenomenal exhibitors coming in from NASA and from Space Telescope. They're going to have lots of great downloads, and I'm sure some cool swag that they're going to be sending out to people that
Right,
they'll get to you. So I would definitely participate in this meeting.
right. And
And
I
or come to
encourage
features.
any amateur astronomer that's watching this, we're going to share this program on a lot of the astronomy groups on Facebook. But tell your friends, tell your now you also have to belong to another astronomy club before you can join the AAS. Is that correct?
Yeah, the intention is that the people who are joining are already involved in their local astronomy
Local
clubs.
astronomy, and that's great. So that I mean that supports the local club in a great way, and it allows the amateur to go one step beyond where they're at right now. So
Yes.
I think that's fantastic. The uh, the deadline, I guess, for joining and attending the meeting is going to be when?
Well, you can register for the meeting up until the 29th of May,
Hmm.
which is the day before it starts. And then, but I would register. I would join at least 24 hours before you register, just because they have to get the system updated and they know that you're a member before the registration system can kick in. So do one day and then go back and register
Did the
the next.
other the next
Yeah,
day? Okay.
yeah.
Yep. So Explore Scientific, of course, intends to exhibit. We also hope to present a door prize. And so, Debbie and I have been talking about that a little bit, and I think we can make that exciting, perhaps even an enticement to join the AAS. So, Debbie, is there anything else? Did we miss anything in talking about?
I don't think so, but just come join the society and you'll learn so much more.
Right. Awesome. Okay, so
And
what's the website again? It's
just go to aas.org and you'll find all these services. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to me. It's Debbie Kovalsky at aas.org. And if you want to share my information, feel free to. Scott, that's great. Yep, anything you want.
You were wonderful, Debbie.
Sure.
And you hung in there with me. Look, I'm kind of turning red here because I'm a little embarrassed. But when you stumble in making a presentation, it's like, oh God, But anyhow, and plus I couldn't really add. So, in the 236 meetings, and knowing George,
No. Yeah, we all mess up with that one. Like, when did it start?
Anyhow, you guys that watch this, thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you join the American Astronomical Society. We hope that you go to this virtual event. It's important, and tell your friends. And Debbie, thank you very much for joining us. Take care.
Thank you.